I'm Chef James, and welcome to the Library Restaurant here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. My go-to cut for a perfect steak, I would probably say a sirloin. It is my best mix of tender as well as getting the most flavor. You're not going to get as much fat content as you would necessarily with a ribeye or some of the fattier cuts, but to me, it's what kind of gives you the best result and best of both worlds. So the reason we cut in-house is to minimize the time between blade and it hitting our grill. We are trying to ensure maximum freshness to our guests. My philosophy on seasoning is letting the steak speak for itself. I mean, this right here is just a very beautiful cut of meat, and you don't need garlic powder, onion powder, you don't need things to try to hide the flavor of this meat. All you really need is just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, you let that steak shine for itself. So the secret to a savory brown crust and a deep, rich flavor is going to be your Maillard reaction. That is the chemical reaction between protein and sugar when it hits a really hot and hard surface. What that's going to do is create this really rich brown crust. What you need is a really, really hot surface. If you can't hear your steak when you put it down, then it's not hot enough and you got to start over. So how I know when a steak is perfectly done is I use my trusty thermometer. It doesn't fail me, hasn't failed me once. Comparative to touch or anything like that, it just never. Can't always be very sure or perfectly sure, especially when you're working with a cut this large, when it's this thick, if it's something like that. I mean, I always do give it a good crosshatch to make sure it's aesthetically pleasing, but regardless from that, when I flip it 180, I flip about one time per. You need to let your steak rest, all that myoglobin, everything needs to re-enter and get absorbed back into the protein. If you don't, everything's just going to leak all over the plate and you're going to lose so much flavor. And there you have it. If you perfectly cooked ribeye, here at the Library Restaurant in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, I'm Chef James. I hope you guys enjoy.